What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Chris, and today we are diving into something that I've been insanely excited to finally get my hands on. Now this video is sponsored by Goldshell, and they sent me this all new BYTE Miner kit to review and unbox on this channel. Now this set includes this BYTE unit itself, this DOGE card for mining Doge, this XT card for mining XTM, and this 140 watt power supply, which surprisingly is sold separately. Now honestly, this is one of those products that I've wanted to work with and check out for a long time now. So definitely stay tuned so we can check out this cool new equipment. Now, if you're someone who's been into crypto mining even just a little bit, you probably already know the brand Goldshell. They're a company that has been consistently putting out beginner-friendly miners that actually work in the real world and not just lab conditions. And they've also got some of the more affordable hardware for us home miners and for those of you that are just starting out. Now, I just want to mention that this is not a scripted review from a brand perspective. And just because they did send me this unit out to review, I am free to review it however I like, which means if I don't like it, I'll definitely let you know. This is my real experience using this in my home setup over the last couple of weeks. And just to be transparent, yes, I did receive this a couple of weeks ago, and I've only been using it for the past week. So, of course, my review is strictly preliminary and also based on the performance over a week of using this hardware. Now, if you want to pick one of these up for yourself, I've got an affiliate link down in the description section below. And honestly, it does help support this channel at no extra cost to you. So if you could, please use my affiliate links and support this channel by smashing that like button and subscribing. Okay, so to start, what exactly is this Goldshell BYTE? Well, as you can see, it's the first of its kind and a modular piece of hardware. Now I can honestly say that it's not something that I've seen before, and it could potentially lead to new innovations in mining hardware. Not to mention, potentially solving an issue that most of us miners have been facing with hardware becoming obsolete. Now at its core, the BYTE is a modular crypto miner. Instead of buying one loud ASIC that only mines one coin forever, you buy one brain unit and then you slot in different mining cards into it depending on what you want to mine. Think of it like a console for mining. If you get bored of one coin, or if profits change, or if a new algorithm pops off, or even if you just want to expand your hash rate and your hashing power, you simply just swap the card instead of replacing the entire miner. And that is a massive shift in how mining usually works. Now overall, what comes in the box, or in this case, what comes in all these different boxes? Well, Goldshell sent me the full setup, which is all packed independently. I got the BYTE base unit, the DOGE Doge card, I also got the XT mining card, and of course, the most important thing, the 140 watt power supply, which again, I'm surprised is packaged independently. Now overall, the packaging for all of the devices is clean. Assembly is simple, and you definitely don't have one of those situations where you're asking yourself, what do these cables do? Because everything just plugs right in and there's only one cable. You simply unbox each of the different accessories, you slide the cards in, you plug the device in, you power the unit on, you download the app and you add the miner and you're done. Now when it comes to setup, it is stupid simple, and that's saying things in a good way. All you have to do is plug the unit in, power it on, find it on your network, and add it to the app. Once that's done, you configure the mining pool and your wallet details for each of the different cards, and that is it. No terminal commands and no janky configuration scripts. It's completely beginner friendly in a good way. Now I will admit, I did initially run into a hitch getting the XT card installed, but I got that fixed after updating the firmware and reseeding the card a couple of times. it ended up detecting itself and completely set itself up. I was actually off and mining in under 20 minutes. Now, when it came to the BYTE itself, there was one thing that I was curious about. Now, when it comes to swapping cards, yes, I did try doing it in various ways. Now, here's something that may or may not be officially supported. So if this is actually something you can answer, let me know in the comment section below. And if not, I'll do a little bit more research and get back to you on a follow-up video. Now, I wasn't sure if it was okay to actually hot swap the cards while the actual unit was on. But you guessed it, I tried it. And surprisingly, it worked. I actually pulled one of the cards out and I slotted another card in, both times while the system was on, of course. And the system actually recognized the cards instantly and started mining with the new card that I inserted. Now, I'm not saying that you should do it, but I'm saying, in my case, it worked flawlessly. Now that tells me something about internal design quality and maybe also a nice feature and capability of this BYTE miner itself. And that is, of course, being able to hot swap cards while the unit is actually on, so you don't lose a beat when it comes to mining performance. Now, sticking with the topic of performance, let's talk about the performance of the different cards that I was sent, starting with this DG card. This one card mines Doge and Litecoin based algorithms. It's quiet, it doesn't heat up your room, and it doesn't trip your breaker, which is an issue that we face with some of those larger scale miners. This device actually feels like a mining tool designed for real humans instead of server rooms. And best of all, you don't have to babysit it. I will say though, with both cards in, this BYTE does get pretty hot to the touch. In fact, I don't think I could hold this very long because it is super hot. Now from a specs perspective, the DG card is definitely not breaking any records, which isn't something that you should really expect. It mines at roughly 80 megahashes per second and it utilizes about 65 watts of power. And as of this recording, I've earned a little over 5 cents in Doge, which means I do plan to solo mine with this card. So that means you definitely shouldn't expect to get rich using this miner. Also, because I do keep it pretty cool in my office, I'm actually mining at around 90 megahashes per second with the card, which is slightly better than specs. Now, when it comes to this XT card performance, the XT card is completely different in personality. It's a different algo, different performance profile, and different audience. Now what I love is the idea that I'm not stuck with this specific card or either of these specific cards. This is not a sell the unit and have to rebuy hardware. In fact, if you want to change up your mining, you just pull a card and replace it. Or you can even add to your hashing power by adding on additional cards. Granted that you do only have up to 2 slots that you can fill in this unit. And that is, of course, how everything should be when it comes to mining hardware. Now, when it comes to the XT card, it mines at roughly 100 gigahashes per second and it utilizes around 65 watts of power. And after about 3 days of running the miner, I've earned about 41 cents. Now, I know, of course, it's not a lot, but at the end of the day, it is positive earnings, and from a hardware perspective, it is a great advancement in how we approach mining. Now, I am hoping that this hardware does lead to a larger base unit that can support more powerful cards with the ability to even add more expansion and even add more cards, making this great for both solo mining and pool mining for beginners. And what's nice is, aside from the DG card and this XT card that I received, you've also got other available cards. I love the fact that Goldshell does offer more options beyond the ones that I was sent and these that I'm testing right now. Currently, they've also got an optional AE card and an AL card, which you can play around with if that's algorithms that you would want to test out. And each one of those different cards is a different lane into mining. What I like is that you are not stuck with one chain forever. You have actual mobility and customization options. And you've got other options that you can choose if you want to expand an algorithm that you like mining. Instead of locking yourself into one mining chain forever, you've actually got mobility and custom options that you can actually explore if you want to. Now that's huge, and who knows, maybe there will be additional cards for other different algos added, which gives you a lot of options and a lot of growth for this device. Now from a power plus noise plus daily usage perspective, let's talk about real life use. Noise level. As you can hear, it's super low and not at all noticeable, even with two cards working at the same time. In addition to that, power draw is also low when it's all combined. From a setup perspective, it's pretty much one and done. And then finally, as you notice, this is not a warehouse miner. This is something that can actually live next to your desk, quietly stacking on coins while you sleep or while you're working. Overall, I love the design of this miner and the concept that it brings to the table. So, who is this BYTE miner for? Well, this is perfect if you're new to mining, you don't want industrial gear, you're someone who rents your home or apartment, you're someone who doesn't want heat and noise, or if you like experimenting with different coins and algorithms, or you just want flexibility and expandability, or even if you want to solo mine different currencies. This would be great for you. Now on the flip side, this is not for somebody trying to spin up a mining farm because it's definitely not a powerhouse. Now if you're a hobbyist, you're a tech lover, you're a home miner, or even an early adopter, this hardware is perfect for you. Now in my case, I genuinely love this miner, at least for now. Not because it's flashy, and not because it's hyped, but because it's the first of its kind and it just makes sense for where I think mining hardware should be headed. I like that I can flexibly swap out cards if I want to mine something different, and I like that I can slide in an additional card if I want to expand my hash rate, and I especially like that I can swap out a card if something happens to an existing card and it ends up needing to be replaced, instead of needing to send back the entire unit or replace the entire unit. This device solves noise, it solves complexity, it solves heat issues, and it also solves any issues we've had with hardware becoming obsolete over time, which is a big pain in the butt when it comes to mining hardware. It's also nice that it's contained all in one single little system and one single chassis. And for someone like me who reviews miners constantly, this is the first platform style miner that actually feels somewhat future-proof or is at least headed in that direction. Anyways, from a performance standpoint, it again is not the most powerful miner, but I do love the dynamic flexibility that it has because you can mine several different types of algorithms, you can hot swap the cards, you can replace the cards, and you can experiment with different cryptocurrencies. Anyways, again, big thanks to Goldshell for sending this over and sponsoring this video. I've definitely wanted to work with them for a long time, and this miner delivered exactly the type of product that I hoped it would be. Now, if you want to support this channel, check out the affiliate link in the description section below if you want to order this or one of Goldshell's other miners. And if you've got any questions, hit me up in the comment section below. Please also help me grow this channel by smashing that like button, subscribing, and ringing that bell icon to get notified when I post new videos. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.